Some years ago, I became very ill, but since I was still functioning, I delayed going to my physician until I was essentially at death's door. The onset had been so gradual that my body and life had adapted to it, my life having shrunken to the point of work and commitments, nothing more. By Fridays, I was so tired I would come home and only move for necessities, resting and marshaling my energy for the coming week. Then as my health returned, it amazed me how I had allowed my circumstances to become so altered, how I had just accepted negative conditions, rationalized them without a fight because it happened gradually under the radar of my consciousness. During the course of our lives, our circumstances and living conditions go through many alterations. Careers and children leading the early causes, aging and possibly becoming a caregiver, more so later on. Although we never fully understand going in how becoming a parent or relocating or changing careers will impact us, growing older and some of these other things typically come with some foreshadowing, approaching head-on, unlike what transpired when I became so very ill, which crept in silently as a snake. Spiritually, the same things happen in our lives. When faced with a definite problem or difficulty, we react and take some form of action, preferably spiritual. But even running around shouting the sky is falling is action. It's a demonstration, albeit a poor one. Then there are the snakes. When we first begin walking the new path, living on the spiritual basis, we are aware of everything around us. The scales on our eyes have fallen away. We are seeing life and our existence through fresh eyes, illumination all about us. Having had our first taste of freedom from the bondage of self, we naturally believe that our days of slavery are behind us, never to return. If only it were that simple. The price of spiritual freedom is unrelenting vigilance. Unfortunately, many become complacent, in time becoming more bound, rigid in their thinking, no longer open to the fresh winds that constantly flow from source. Though once dynamic, free, and open, they have now unconsciously constructed walls, built of righteousness, set in the mortar of pride, living in the shadows where snakes reside, becoming slaves to self once again. Though they often continue mouthing spiritual teachings and platitudes, these principles have lost any real significance in their lives, simply nice thoughts, lacking any real authority. Avoid then the deadly trap of complacency and spiritual pride by staying fresh through heartfelt prayer, service, and meditation, unwilling to accept limitation in all its guises, regardless of personal circumstances. For God truly wants all of us to be happy, joyous, and free. Our lives, the demonstration of our true divine heritage, our connection with Source, affirmed. My name is Vincent Lee Jones. You can find my videos on YouTube and Facebook at Vincent Lee Jones. My writings on Blogger, titled The Page Living in Spirit, and videos on Facebook as well at the James Club. Have a blessed day.